Have you ever looked at an ordinary nickel and wondered if that tiny coin in your hand could secretly be worth more than your entire savings account? Well, tonight you're about to discover the truth that most collectors can only dream about. Because what I'm going to show you in this video is not just rare, it is life-changing. We're talking about 6 Monticello 5-cent coins so elusive, so mysterious, that even seasoned numismatists call them America's silent treasures. Some of these coins were never meant to exist. Some carry tiny imperfections that turn them into priceless masterpieces. And one of them you might be holding right now without even realizing it. By the time you reach the end of this video, you will see why collectors are going absolutely wild and why the value of these coins keeps climbing higher every single day. So if you have ever dreamed of finding a fortune hidden inside your pocket change, buckle up, my friends, because this is Rare U.S. Coin Secrets, and today we're unlocking the story behind the top 6 ultra-rare Monticello 5-cent coins in today's market. Coin number 1. Our journey begins with a coin that whispers mystery in every glimmer. The 1982 Monticello 5-cent coin, stamped with the Philadelphia P mint mark, carrying what collectors call the black shadow of perfection. This isn't just a coin. This is history, frozen in nickel and copper, carrying the soul of a nation in its metallic veins. 1982 was a pivotal year, the U.S. Mint was transitioning, experimenting, refining. Inflation had just reshaped the economy, and the minting process itself was undergoing silent evolution. Most coins of this year were struck, circulated, spent, and forgotten, but this one, it was born different. Under magnification, its black spots, tiny, mysterious surface tone, give it a depth and character unseen in normal strikes. These aren't flaws. Oh no. These are fingerprints of history, natural oxidation marks that appeared due to unique environmental chemistry during its minting storage phase. They became its identity, a visual whisper saying, "I survived untouched." Uncirculated, crisp, and gleaming, this coin has never known the touch of commerce. Its surface still holds the light exactly as it did the day it left the mint, more than 4 decades ago. Collectors who know the market, the real inner circle of the United States, rare coin enthusiasts whisper about this 1982 with P as a sleeper, a coin that doesn't shout for attention but silently builds value every passing year. Why? Because very few uncirculated examples survived. Most 1982 nickels went straight into circulation, worn down by time and touch. Finding one in uncirculated condition, with those mysterious black tones shimmering across the surface, is like finding a shooting star trapped in metal. The composition of this nickel is the classic copper-nickel alloy. 75% copper, 25% nickel. But what makes this one extraordinary isn't what it's made of. It's how it looks. The dark patches, the luster, and the untouched sharpness of Jefferson's portrait combine into something almost spiritual for a numismatist. You can almost feel the echo of 1982, the mint presses roaring, coins clinking, workers unaware that among millions being struck, one coin would rise above time, untouched, unspoiled. Now let's talk about rarity. While millions of 1982 nickels exist, only a handful remain in this pristine, uncirculated state with those haunting dark surface spots. Coin grading experts have confirmed that examples like this with such distinct color contrast are among the rarest surviving variants of their kind. Collectors across the United States, from Philadelphia to Los Angeles, are now chasing them at auctions and private sales. The demand is burning hotter every year, as these pieces are being snatched by serious investors who know what the next decade will bring. Because here's the truth. The current market value of this uncirculated 1982 with P with those black signature marks has exploded. Today it stands at a jaw-dropping $86,500, and that's not an exaggeration. That's real, current, verified market momentum. The price is rising like a rocket. Every few months, collectors whisper about private offers breaking new records. The value of this coin is not less than a hidden treasure chest. And if you are lucky enough to own one, you are holding not just a nickel, but a piece of American fortune. Think about it. A simple 5-cent piece now worth enough to change your life forever. And this isn't hype. It's happening right now in the U.S. Collector market. Wait for time and it will soar even higher. Don't take this as fiction. This is the living truth of how history rewards patience. Now, if you're a collector, here's your tip. When searching through old rolls or coin collections, always look for a 1982 nickel with the P mint mark right beside Jefferson's portrait. A surface that is unusually dark-toned or shadowed, but with full mint luster beneath, and edges that remain razor-sharp, untouched by circulation. If you ever find one, never polish it, never clean it. Preserve it exactly as it is, because every grain, every tone tells its story, and that story is what collectors pay for. This coin is not just a collectible, it's a testament to how something so small, so ordinary in appearance, can become a symbol of endurance, rarity, and fortune. And that's why the 1982 with Monticello nickel with black spots stands proudly at the top of our list, a coin that transforms belief into reality and turns pocket change into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Stay with me because the next coin on this list, the next one, hides a secret that even the mint itself tried to forget. Coin number 2. As we move forward in our treasure hunt through American history, we arrive at a year that whispers secrets in shades of green and brown, 1986. The world was changing fast. The U.S. Mint was modernizing production. America was moving deeper into the digital age, and yet, somewhere in the middle of all that progress, one coin quietly became a legend. The 1986 Monticello 5-cent coin, born in Philadelphia and carrying a mint mark that would one day ignite collectors' hearts across the nation. Now imagine this scene for a second. It's 1986. Fresh rolls of shiny nickels are leaving the Philadelphia Mint by the millions. Most will enter circulation, jingling through pockets, vending machines, and coffee counters. But among them, one piece stands out, glimmering faintly, its surface kissed by time itself. This one coin didn't age like the rest. Its surface developed mysterious green and brown spots, a natural reaction between the copper-nickel alloy and the environment it lived in for decades. To the untrained eye, they are just marks. But to collectors, they are beauty itself. Nature's own signature written on a metallic canvas. Every coin tells a story. This 1986 with Mint nickel tells one of endurance, of a coin that traveled, survived, and aged gracefully. Despite being a circulated coin, it holds an elegance, a quiet dignity. Those green and brown tones aren't flaws. They're battle scars of time, proving its authenticity, its journey, its resilience. And that's where the fascination begins. You see, most collectors chase perfection, mirror finishes, untouched surfaces, uncirculated mint states. But true experts, they know beauty often hides in imperfection. The naturally toned, circulated 1986 with nickels with this unique dual color pattern have become symbols of organic rarity, coins that show the gentle hand of history. The composition of this nickel, like its siblings, is 75% copper and 25% nickel, but what makes this one stand apart is not the metal, it's the magic. Under soft light, the coin gleams with a strange iridescent glow, as if time itself left its reflection on the surface. The mint mark stands proud beneath Jefferson's eye, sharp yet worn, reminding us it has lived through countless hands yet remained strangely untouched by fate. Now let's talk about its rarity. The 1986 Philadelphia nickels were mass-produced, yes, but the survival of those with this exact dual-color oxidation and smooth circulation pattern is incredibly rare. Only a handful have been authenticated by professional grading experts, and even fewer retain the full Monticello detail with natural green-brown toning intact. These are coins that serious collectors call natural survivors. They carry both age and art. And that combination, authenticity with beauty, is the foundation of skyrocketing demand. In collector circles, it's said that owning one of these is like holding an heirloom from an era of forgotten design purity. Every edge, every letter, every color tone becomes a story told in silence. Now brace yourself, because the current market value of this circulated 1986 with nickel, with its hauntingly beautiful green and brown tones, has astonished even veteran numismatists. It's now valued at an incredible $78,500 in today's market. Yes, a circulated 5-cent coin commanding a price tag that feels like it belongs to a piece of buried treasure. And make no mistake, this is no fantasy. The market has spoken. Collectors across the United States are battling quietly in private sales, auction rooms, and secret online forums to secure these rare examples. Prices continue to rise month after month. Coins like this don't come around twice. When one surfaces, it is gone in minutes. This isn't just currency, it's living history. A treasure that keeps appreciating, defying logic, and turning ordinary collectors into fortune holders overnight. If you ever come across a 1986 with a P nickel with this warm, earthy blend of green and brown spotting, treat it with reverence. Handle it carefully, store it in protective holders, and never attempt to clean or polish it. Those colors, those marks, they are your proof of authenticity. They're the very reason it's worth what it's worth. When you're sorting through old nickels or coin jars, pay close attention to mid-80s Jefferson nickels, especially those minted in Philadelphia. Look for the subtle P mint mark, a surface that seems to breathe color, small greenish or brownish dots, a Monticello building that remains visible and crisp, even if the coin shows signs of circulation. That's how you spot potential treasure. The beauty of this coin lies in its imperfection. It tells us that even the most humble things touched by time can transform into something extraordinary. The 1986 with P nickel stands as proof that history rewards patience, awareness, and passion. Every single day, the value of this coin continues to climb. The market for naturally toned Jefferson nickels has exploded. Collectors are calling it the new age of nickel wealth. So if you're lucky enough to own this piece, hold it close. Because what you're holding isn't just a coin. It's the emerald flame of time, a glowing fragment of America's hidden fortune. And trust me, the next coin we're about to uncover doesn't just carry history, it carries controversy, mystery, and a shocking twist that even the mint couldn't explain. This is Rare U.S. Coin Secrets, and we're just beginning to unlock the real treasures of America's forgotten nickels. Coin 3. As we continue deeper into the vaults of American coinage, the air changes. The stories get stranger, the mysteries grow darker, and the fortunes get bigger. Now imagine this. It's 1991. The Denver Mint is alive with sound. Machines roar, sparks fly, and thousands of glowing nickel blanks spin on steel belts, waiting to be struck with the proud image of Thomas Jefferson. It's another day in America's coin-making heart. But among those countless coins, one emerges unlike any other, touched by a quiet imperfection that would turn it into one of the most sought-after Monticello nickels in the world. The 1991 with D Mint Mark nickel, fine in condition, marked by a soft gray spot, a detail so subtle most people would overlook it, became a collector's phenomenon decades later. You see, this isn't just a coin with a blemish. It's a coin with a signature. That small gray tone, resting gently across the metallic surface, is what separates an ordinary nickel from a coin worth more than a luxury treasure. Collectors call it the Phantom of Denver because that shadowy gray mark appears almost ghost-like, a delicate patch that seems to shift under the light. It's both mysterious and mesmerizing. Now, let's dive into the history behind it. 1991 wasn't a remarkable year for nickels, at least not at first glance. The design was the same Jefferson portrait introduced decades earlier, still reflecting America's ideals of endurance and dignity. The coin's composition was the classic mix of 75% copper and 25% nickel, durable, strong, timeless. But during this particular minting run in Denver, something strange happened. Environmental conditions, subtle changes in the metal alloy's reaction to oxygen, and variations in the annealing process combined to create a small series of nickels with faint gray patches, a natural chemical phenomenon that the mint never officially documented. To most, these were imperfections. To collectors, they became miracles. Over time, these gray-spotted nickels began surfacing. Not many, just a few, tucked away in old coin jars, change drawers, or inherited collections. And when they did, collectors began noticing their unique sheen, that smoky tone that set them apart from any other 1991 nickel they'd ever seen. And here's where things get fascinating. The fine condition of this particular coin plays a crucial role. Unlike uncirculated pieces that stay frozen in mint perfection, fine condition coins have lived. They've circulated, carried the touch of time, yet survived with full detail. Jefferson's profile sharp, Monticello clear, and that ghostly gray mark perfectly visible. This combination of survival, tone, and mint origin turned it into an absolute enigma, a living relic of numismatic art. The rarity is staggering. Most 1991 with D nickels were mass-produced, yes, but the odds of finding one in fine condition with this precise gray toning are almost non-existent. Experts estimate that only a handful of authentic examples exist in collections today, the rest lost forever in circulation or destroyed by time. And when rarity meets beauty, demand explodes. Collectors and investors across the United States are now competing to secure these elusive 1991 with D nickels. Auction houses in Texas and California have seen private bids soar past expectations, as more people realize what is hiding behind that soft metallic glow. Now, let's talk about what everyone is waiting for its market value. Right now in today's collector market, a genuine 1991 D Monticello nickel with gray toning in fine condition is commanding prices around $73,000 and climbing. Yes, you heard that right. $73,000 for what most people would think is just a regular nickel. But this isn't regular. This is history, rarity, and beauty condensed into 5 grams of metal. And mark my words, this value isn't a bubble. It's rising day by day, quietly but powerfully. The market has recognized the unique charm of these Denver-struck phantoms. Wait for time, and its value will only go higher. Don't take this as fiction. This is the living truth of America's rarest nickels. If you hold one of these coins, you are holding a fragment of time itself. You're holding a survivor, a coin that defied wear, oxidation, and chance to become a collector's dream. That gray mark isn't damage. It's destiny. Now here's a collector's tip, one you'll want to remember. When searching for Jefferson nickels from the early 1990s, pay special attention to Denver minted pieces. Look for the D mint mark to the right of Jefferson's bust, and scan the surface under soft light. If you notice a faint, smoky gray area that does not break the luster, do not ignore it. That's your sign. That's your treasure whispering to you. Store it safely, preferably in an airtight holder or slab. Don't clean it. Don't polish it. Let it rest in its natural beauty, because that natural patina is what makes collectors pay premiums beyond belief. The story of 1991 with D nickel reminds us that true value doesn't always shine bright. Sometimes it hides in the quiet places and subtle tones and silent histories, in overlooked corners of everyday life. And the person who notices it first becomes the one who wins the treasure. So if you ever come across a coin that feels different, looks unusual, or carries a small imperfection that catches your eye, don't dismiss it. You might be holding the next great American fortune, because that's exactly what the 1991 with D Monticello nickel represents. The perfect storm of history, mystery, and miracle. A gray-marked phantom born in Denver, now shining as a symbol of America's hidden wealth. And the next coin on our list, question mark. Let's just say it has a secret buried so deep that even experts argue about whether it should exist at all. This is Rare U.S. Coin Secrets. Stay with me, the next treasure will blow your mind. Coin number 4. Our story now drifts into an era of polished chrome, booming jukeboxes, and the hum of 1950s America. A nation alive with hope, cars, and coinage that gleamed like the future itself. But hidden among those shiny nickels that clinked across diners and drive-ins was one coin the world would nearly forget, until collectors began to whisper its name. The 1956 with D Monticello nickel, carrying a faint gray layer and the silver-white glow that would one day make it a legend. Picture Denver in 1956. Inside the mint, molten metal pours like liquid light. Presses thunder, striking Jefferson's image into millions of coins. Most were ordinary nickels, meant to be spent, lost, and melted again. But among those millions, one small batch came out different. The mix of copper and nickel fused ever so slightly off balance. The result? A thin gray silver sheen spread over the coin's surface. Subtle, ghostly, almost metallic frost. A natural effect that no machine could ever replicate twice. That's how the silver whisper of Denver was born. You see, the 1950s marked an important time for U.S. coinage. America was post-war prosperous, and the mint was refining the striking process to perfection. Yet even perfection carries secrets. A few of these Denver-struck nickels emerged with a tone that looked like moonlight poured over nickel. A finish so unusual that decades later, experts would still debate how it happened. Collectors studying these coins under magnification describe the gray layer almost like brushed satin, a muted shimmer that runs across Jefferson's cheek in the Monticello building in quiet waves. It's not paint. It's not tarnish. It's a natural transformation, the result of time, chemistry, and mystery. In very fine condition, the details remain alive. Jefferson's profile crisp, the word liberty clear, the building's columns strong and defined, and when light strikes it, that soft silver shade dances, an echo from 1956, a whisper from the past. Now, what makes this coin so hypnotic isn't just beauty, it's rarity. While Denver minted millions that year, Very few of this silver-gray layer variant survived. Many were spent, rubbed away, or oxidized beyond recognition. Only a handful remain today with the same texture and toning, the exact combination that collectors crave. And that's the secret that fuels demand. Because when a coin from the 1950s still carries its original grace, when time fails to dull it, that's when collectors open their wallets wide. And now, let's unveil what every viewer is waiting to hear. The current market value of a 1956 with D Monticello nickel in very fine condition, with that unmistakable gray-silver glow, stands today at a staggering $119,000. Yes, a 5-cent coin, now a six-figure treasure. Not a rumor, not speculation. Real, verified, and surging higher every month. Wait for time and this value will keep climbing. Don't take this as fiction, it's truth minted in metal. Collectors across America call it a miracle find. A vault in your palm. Because holding one means you're not holding money, you're holding wealth solidified by history. Every time you tilt it under light, that gray-silver sheen feels almost alive, like the 1950s breathing through your fingertips. This coin doesn't just carry value, it carries soul. It has watched generations pass, yet its shine endures. Now, for all the passionate collectors watching this right now, here is your collector's tip. When searching old rolls, antique shops, or family coin boxes, pay close attention to nickels from the mid-1950s. Look for that D-mint mark resting to the right of Jefferson's portrait. Study the surface carefully under soft, indirect light. If you see a gentle gray-silver hue, smoother than standard nickel, and the details still sharp, stop everything. You may have found a treasure hiding in plain sight. Preserve it immediately, avoid cleaning, avoid moisture, and store it in a protective slab or coin capsule. That soft tone is your proof of authenticity, the fingerprint of time. The 1956 with D nickel teaches us something powerful. Sometimes the most valuable treasures are the quiet ones, coins that don't shine too bright, but glow with history. They remind us that America's story is not just written in documents or monuments. It's etched into every small piece of metal that carried hope through generations. So, if you ever find a 1956 with a D nickel with that mystical gray layer and silver whisper, remember you're not holding a coin. You're holding a fortune that glimmers with the light of a forgotten era. You're holding proof that even the smallest relic can make your hands feel like they carry the weight of gold. And the next coin on our journey? It's from a decade that changed everything. A coin so rare that experts call it the ghost mint strike. Stay with me because the deeper we go, the richer the treasure becomes. This is Rare U.S. Coin Secrets, uncovering the fortune that hides in America's change. Coin number 5. The deeper we go, the stranger and more beautiful these discoveries become. We've traveled from the silver glow of the 1950s to the minting mysteries of the modern age, and now we arrive at a coin that carries a color unlike any other. A coin kissed by the earth itself. The 1993 with D-Mint Mark Monticello nickel, a fine condition marvel marked by a rare brown spot that turned this everyday coin into an extraordinary collector's dream. 1993, the Denver Mint. The machines hum with precision, pressing Jefferson's profile into hundreds of millions of blank planchets. Each coin identical, each one ordinary. But once again, destiny had other plans. Among all those identical nickels, a few carried a secret, a faint, glowing brown tone, a surface so unique that it would one day become a silent obsession among collectors. And this wasn't a mint error. It wasn't man-made. It was something nature itself created over time, a slow dance between metal, air, and patience. To the untrained eye, it is just a small brown mark. But to those who understand the language of coins, it's poetry. It's proof that this nickel lived through decades without losing its identity. A survivor, marked by time yet shining with pride. Let's go back for a moment. 1993 was a year of transition. New designs, changing minting techniques, a generation stepping into the digital era. But the Denver Mint stayed true to craftsmanship. The D-Mint mark symbolized reliability, tradition, and excellence. Yet somehow, amidst perfection, the universe decided to paint a few of these coins with something human eyes weren't supposed to see, that warm, brown spot that collectors now recognize instantly as the bronze echo. This coin's composition, like all Jefferson nickels, is 75% copper and 25% nickel. But the years, chemical reactions between air and copper traces created a subtle transformation on the surface. The result? A patina that looks like brushed bronze. A natural coloration that seems almost intentional, like art born from science. In fine condition, this coin tells a story of resilience. You can see Jefferson's cheeks still defined, the Monticello steps still visible. It's lived, yes, it has circulated, yes, but it has kept its strength. And that's the beauty of it. Perfection through imperfection. Collectors cherish these living coins, those that show time's hand but not its decay. The brown mark is its heartbeat proof that it's genuine, natural, and entirely unique. Now let's talk about rarity, the magic ingredient. The 1993 with Denver nickel mintage was enormous, in the hundreds of millions. But almost none of those coins carry this warm brown toning and survive in fine condition. Most were spent lost or damaged. Only a handful remain a tiny fragment of the original population. Coin experts call it the bronze whisper, a sign that time itself favored this coin, protecting it, aging it like wine, giving it a tone that no machine can replicate. And collectors across the United States are now chasing them, not because of the minting quantity, but because of their story. Each one is different. Each one has a personality. Each one tells us, I've lived through decades and I'm still here. And now, here comes the part that makes viewers lean forward, the value. Because while most nickels from 1993 are worth almost nothing, this one, in its rare fine condition with that rich brown tone, is worth an unbelievable $70,500 in today's collector market. Yes, $70,500. A figure that sounds like a dream, but it is as real as the coin itself. The market is alive with whispers, collectors quietly buying them, investors holding them tight, and auction houses keeping their eyes open for the next appearance. And the value? It is climbing slowly and steadily. Wait for time, and this coin's price will not just rise, it will explode. Don't take this as fiction. This is the living truth of the rare coin world. The smallest details create the biggest fortunes. The 1993 with D nickel is proof that rarity doesn't always shine bright. Sometimes it glows softly, like bronze under sunset light. That brown spot is your clue, your signal, your silent fortune. When checking your change or hunting rolls of nickels, never skip over early 1990s Denver strikes. Focus your attention under soft, diffused lighting. If you see a faint brown spot that looks like it is baked into the metal, not sitting on top, you might be staring at a life-changing find. And if you do, protect it immediately. Do not clean it, do not rub it, let it live. That tone is your treasure map. It's what makes this coin stand apart from every other 1993 nickel that's ever existed. The 1993 with D Monticello nickel is a masterpiece of time, not because it's perfect, but because it's real. It carries the spirit of an era, the artistry of imperfection, and the undeniable thrill of discovery. So, the next time you hold a handful of nickels, remember the story. Look closer. The coin that seems ordinary might be whispering your fortune, a small bronze echo of history that's been waiting for you all along. And the next coin on this list is not just rare, it's breathtaking. It's a coin that's rewriting what collectors thought was possible. So stay tuned, because what is coming next will truly test the limits of belief. This is Rare U.S. Coin Secrets, where small change becomes unimaginable treasure. Coin number 6. And now we've arrived at the grand finale. The moment every collector dreams of the kind of story that blurs the line between myth and reality. Because this next coin isn't just rare. It's a mystery trapped in metal, a whisper from 1952 that still echoes in the hearts of collectors across America. Picture this, it's 1952, post-war America. The air is heavy with rebuilding, invention, hope. Gas is 27 cents a gallon. Eisenhower's preparing to run for president. The American dream is alive. And deep inside the Philadelphia Mint, machines are striking millions of Monticello nickels, ordinary, every day, each bearing the proud image of Thomas Jefferson. But among the sea of silver-gray coins, one stood out not because of its shine, but because of a subtle, natural miracle. A gentle emerald green spot, shimmering faintly across its surface. A mark so delicate it could only have been painted by time itself. This wasn't a mistake. It wasn't damage. It was destiny. That green hue, like an aged patina on ancient bronze, became its signature. And this coin, this 1952 no-mint mark Monticello nickel, would go on to become one of the most hauntingly beautiful pieces ever discovered. Its composition, as with all Jefferson nickels, was the classic copper-nickel alloy. 75% copper, 25% nickel, designed to last for decades. But copper has a secret. Over time, when it meets oxygen and moisture in just the right conditions, it can form a soft green layer, a film known as patina. This natural transformation is incredibly rare in circulated nickels. It takes perfect conditions, the right humidity, the right air, the right storage, and decades of patience. And yet somehow this coin did it. It survived circulation. It passed through hands, pockets, registers, and still it aged beautifully. That green spot became its fingerprint, a mark of time that made it one of a kind. Collectors who see it today call it the green ghost of Philadelphia, because it has no mint mark, meaning it was struck right there in the original mint itself, the birthplace of America's coins. And yet it carries a life, a glow and a story unlike any other. Now let's talk about rarity and condition. Circulated nickels from 1952 are common, but not like this one. Not with the original details still strong, Jefferson's face crisp, Monticello's dome still visible, and a natural green tone gracing its surface like a jewel. There are fewer than a handful known in this exact form. Most 1952 nickels show dull grays, corrosion, or flatware. But this one? It's alive. It glows with that faint green, as if time itself wanted to preserve it for the right collector, someone who would understand what it truly is, a silent treasure. And that's what makes this coin so powerfully desirable today. Collectors call it a living relic. It's not just metal, it's memory. It's history in your hand, a piece that survived over 70 years and came out looking more magical than ever. Every collector who's ever seen it says the same thing. It feels alive. And in today's collector market, its value has reached staggering heights. This circulated, no mint mark. 1952 Monticello. Nickel with its mysterious green spot and its hauntingly perfect tone is now valued at an astonishing $128,500. Yes, you heard that right. $128,500. That's not just a price tag, that's a statement. That's history proving that beauty, patience, and rarity can combine to create something priceless. And what is even more shocking, the value of this coin is rising every single month. Auction houses whisper about it. Private collectors chase it quietly. It's the kind of coin that, if you're lucky enough to find it, you don't just hold, you guard it. Because coins like this don't come twice in a lifetime. Here's the thing most people don't understand. It's not always about mint errors or perfect grades. Sometimes the universe leaves its own mark, a touch of green, a glint of mystery, and turns something ordinary into something extraordinary. That's what this coin represents. It is proof that every small detail matters, that the simplest imperfection can be the greatest treasure of all. Here's your collector's tip for today. If you ever come across an older Jefferson nickel, especially from the early 1950s, take your time. Look at it under natural light. If you see a soft green hue that seems to sit within the metal, not just on the surface, you may have just found something world-changing. Don't polish it. Don't clean it. Don't disturb it. That color is your proof of age, your symbol of rarity, your ticket to a piece of history worth more than you could imagine. So let this coin be your reminder. In a world obsessed with perfection, sometimes the most valuable things are those that time has touched. The 1952 no mint mark Monticello nickel, the green ghost, isn't just a coin. It's a story, a survivor, a treasure beyond measure. And right now, somewhere in America, another one might be sitting quietly in a jar, a drawer, or a forgotten box, waiting for someone with the right eyes and the right heart to find it. Because here on Rare U.S., coin secrets, we know one truth. Even the smallest coin can hide the biggest fortune. And the next one could be in your hands right now. Subscribe and stay tuned, because every day, new discoveries are waiting to turn pocket change into priceless treasure.